welcome back to Time Travel Week. I'm Kelly.
And I'm Elizabeth. Where are we heading today, Kelly?
Well, we thought it would be cool to take a look at some of the awesome inventions that have happened over time, so we'll actually be jumping around to lots of different years.
Good thing I gassed up the time machine.
Good call.
So before we jump in, can you talk a little about inventing? I know you like STEM stuff.
I sure do. Here's the thing about being an inventor, though. You don't really have to have any special training. Some inventions we'll talk about today happen completely by accident.
Wow, cool. I always thought inventors had to be like scientists or engineers or something.
Well, really, we're all scientists and engineers. But having some STEM skills might help you bring an invention to life. But it all just starts with an idea. It's also important to remember that inventions change over time. As we get smarter, we can improve designs. Today we'll talk about a few inventions that have changed a lot over time, like cars and phones.
Yeah, I guess those things have changed a lot.
Yep. An important part of being an inventor is always trying new versions of your design, even if one completely fails. Did you know that Thomas Edison and his team tested over 3,000 designs for the light bulb before he finally got one he was happy with?
Wow, that's a lot of light bulbs.
Yep, Edison was full of bright ideas.
Good one, Kelly.
Well, since today is all about inventions, we thought we should bring in an awesome inventor for an interview.
We've got Kaylee sitting down with Henry Ford, the inventor of the Model T automobile and the assembly line.
Take it away, Kaylee.
Hello, guys. I'm here with a very special guest today. Hello, Henry. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for asking.
Well, that is amazing. So, Henry, I heard you are an inventor. Can you tell us what you have invented?
I am the founder of Ford. That's where my last name comes from. Like the cars, I invented something called the assembly line. So basically, if you have a car part, say someone built the body of the car, then you would move it down the line and somebody would add something new and different to it until the product is complete.
That sounds very interesting. Can you tell us about the first car that Ford ever made?
It is called the Ford Model T. They built it using the assembly line that I invented. By 1918, over 50% of the cars in America were Model Ts.
Wow, that is amazing. So I heard you worked with Thomas Edison for a short amount of time. Want to tell us a little bit about that?
I worked as an engineer for the Edison Illumination Company, where I met Thomas Edison. My first try at an automobile company was in collaboration with Thomas Edison, actually, and it was called the Detroit Automobile Company. That didn't work out so well, but I did have Edison's last breath saved in a test tube, which is at the Henry Ford Museum, named after me, of course.
Well, that is interesting. Okay, one last question. What advice would you give to kids?
Stay true to yourself. Don't give up on your dreams, and never take life for granted.
Thank you, Henry. It means so much that you came on our show today.
Thank you for having me.
Anytime. Now we will head to Joe right after this short break.
Howdy. This right here is my commercial for TickTock, which is my clock shop. My clock shop, TickTock, is the ultimate one-stop shop for all things clock. I do clock repairs, I sell clock parts, and of course, I sell clocks, as you can see. So be sure to come and see my amazing TickTock clock shop. Right now, there's a sale on grandfather clocks, so be sure to come on down and not miss that deal.
Our feet have been transporting us from place to place forever, but they aren't the quickest way to go long distances. So people started inventing ways to get where they wanted to go faster and better. Bicycles, boats, trains, cars, and airplanes were all invented to transport people and things. One of the earliest transportation inventions was the boat. If you traveled back in time, thousands of years, you might find a boat like this one. Boats have changed a lot, and if I went boat shopping today, I would probably pick out something like this. Bicycles were a great invention, not only used for transportation, but also for fun and exercise. The first bikes didn't work as well as the bikes that are made now. Check out this one. It's called a dandy horse. It didn't even have pedals. You had to push yourself along with your feet. Not a super fast way to get around. Another invention that has made transportation faster is the train. The first locomotive built only went around 10 miles per hour. But now you can ride a train that goes about 375 miles per hour. You would just have to go to Japan to take that ride. Airplanes are another amazing invention. Wilbur and Oliver Wright were the first to successfully fly an airplane. That happened way back in 1903. Did you notice that the pilot laying down and no passenger seats? I bet that was a little scary. Today, there are airplanes that can transport over 800 people at a time.
You didn't even talk about my cars.
Get out of here, Elon. We've talked about you enough. Leave. Transportation continues to change and improve as we try to do things better and travel faster. If you have a fun idea for a new way to travel, share it with us in the comment box below. Now back to Kelly and Elizabeth in the newsroom.
Welcome back, kiddos. We are talking about the inventions of some of your favorite toys and games.
You're kidding. Don't toy with me.
What? Is this all just a game to you?
Oh my goodness. I like the puns.
All right, let's start with a building block, Legos. They started in Denmark in 1932, but they became popular and were sent to America in the 60s, so they've been around for quite some time.
That is so cool. Did you know that Barbie was invented by Ruth Handler in 1959?
I didn't know that. That's so cool. What was Barbie named after?
Barbie was actually named after Ruth's daughter, Barbara.
Huh, that is so neat. Another cool thing that was invented was the Game Boy in 1989.
These things have been around for a long time.
Are you calling me old? The Game Boy just came out a few years before I was born.
Well, this is a bit awkward.
Maybe we should take a commercial break.
Have you ever heard of a Rube Goldberg machine? Well, it's an amazing machine that is triggered by small little machines. You can't make it yourself. It's very difficult. So you must buy it from me, the master of the Rube Goldberg machine. My name is Goldberg, and I am absolutely the only person who can make them. And I can make you the most amazing machine with my own hands and sell it to you for only $1 million. That is so cheap for what I'm about to give you. So call me the Rube Goldberg specialist at 1-800-RUBE-GOLDBERG.
Welcome back, everyone. It's time to talk about some of the inventors that are often forgotten.
These are people whose inventions you've probably used before, but you've probably never heard their names.
The first one is something we all played with as kids, Play-Doh. This was invented by Noah and Joseph McVicker in 1956, and it actually started as plain white wallpaper cleaner. When they realized it was fun for kids to play with, they started selling it in lots of different colors.
Huh, that's interesting. Another one we probably don't think about much is the inventor of glue. In the late 1800s, Peter Cooper was one of the first ones to create glue. He even started his own glue factory.
Sounds like a pretty sticky situation if you ask me.
Good one.
All right, Kelly, the next one is Velcro. That stuff on your clothes and shoes and backpacks that sticks together. Do you know who invented Velcro?
Was it Jimmy Velcro?
Nope, it was George de Mestral. People actually made fun of him at first and said that Velcro was ugly, but eventually people figured out how handy it is.
Huh. All right, let's talk about one more. This invention is probably one of the most important ones ever. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. The Frisbee. You've seen one of those metal pie tins, right? Well, they were invented in the 1870s by a guy named William Frisbee, who was a pie maker. Some people like to toss around the pie tin after they finished eating the delicious pie. Now, take that story and combine it with this guy, Walter Frederick, from the 1950s. Walter was super interested in UFOs, or flying saucers, and he wanted to make a toy version. When he saw some kids tossing around the pie tins, he got his idea for the Frisbee.
Wow, that's crazy. There are so many things out there that have interesting invention stories.
Yep, thank goodness for inventors.
I'll say. Let's head over to Kaylee for the wellness tip.
Hey guys, thanks for sticking around for another wellness tip. Today we're going to talk about school and how you can slowly get back into that school routine. It's okay to feel nervous for school to start, and it's okay to be nervous to go into a new grade and have a new class with a new teacher. But going back to school is so exciting. You will meet more friends and learn brand new things. When school starts, you will have to start waking up early, or maybe you already wake up early. But the most important thing to do when school comes back around is get enough sleep. Every night you should at least have 8 hours of sleep. Sleep is a time for your mind to relax after a long, hard day of working and thinking. Getting the right amount of sleep helps your mental and physical health. The way you feel when you are awake all depends on the amount of sleep you got. If your brain doesn't have enough time to rest and refresh for the next day, then you will be grumpy and walk around like a vegetable because your brain will be so tired of thinking and working all the time with no rest. Mentally prepare yourself. When you are out playing during the day, be thinking about how you will contain your energy while being in class. Maintaining your energy is important as well. You don't want to play so hard on the playground before school starts that when you get into class you're tired already. because you probably don't want to fall asleep in class. So as school gets closer and closer, please make sure you are doing these things to ease back into your school routine. And don't be scared to go back to school because you've got this. That's all I have for today, guys, but thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to smile. Bye.
Ring ring, what's that? Well, it's a telephone call. Well, actually, this is just a cell phone, and I should probably put this away before someone around here sees it. The first ever phone was actually made back here in 1876 by a man named Alexander Graham Bell. Bell was actually awarded the first U.S. patent for his telephones. A patent is the right granted by the government that allows only the person who has the patent to make or sell the invention for some time. Bell wasn't the only inventor that designed a telephone. The other one was named Elisha Gray. Both of them went to get a patent, which started a legal battle, which Bell won. Bell wanted to improve the telegraph, which was just another way to send messages to people. Bell's attempts to improve the telegraph is how he made the telephone. The telegraph was a machine that was able to send signals, but these signals were only in Morse code, which is just a bunch of tapping to make letters. Plus, the telegraph was only able to send one signal at a time. Bell used his understanding of music and sound to think it was possible to send more than one signal at a time. This process wasn't easy. It took Bell and his partner, Thomas Watson, about 5 years to make the first telephone. Bell and Watson were given money for this work by a lot of people who wanted them to succeed. The first person to back them was Bell's father-in-law, Gardner Green Huber, who saw a way to make it so the Western Union Telegraph Company wasn't the only ones able to send messages. And on March 10th, 1876, Bell made the first ever phone call with his new device, which was to his assistant, Watson, who was in another room. Through the device, he said, "Mr. Watson, come here. I want to speak to you." The telephone didn't stop there. It went through changes over the years and hit different milestones as well. Like in 1887, when the first payphone was put in at the Hartford Bank by the inventor of the payphone, Mr. William Gray. Or when the first ever long-distance call was made by Bell and Watson himself. Bell was in New York City, and Watson was in San Francisco, California. There are many, many more evolutions of the telephone that led to our modern-day phones. But the people around this time are starting to look at me funny, so I should probably get back out of here before it's too late. Next up is Kelly and Elizabeth, who will talk about other inventors.
Welcome back. We've talked today a lot about adult inventors, but there are plenty of kids who have invented things too.
No way.
Yes way. A young man at age 16 invented one of your guys' favorite things. George Neeson invented the trampoline. It was just like the ones you see today with the metal frame and nylon stretched over it. He tested it out a lot and found what works best.
That is so cool. Did you know that a young man invented Braille when he was just 12 years old?
What's Braille?
Braille is a way that blind people can read. It is bumps arranged in certain ways so that those who can't see can still read things on pages and in places where reading is necessary, such as finding out if they are walking into the men's or the women's restroom.
That sounds important. That's so cool that a kid invented that.
I agree. Kids invent lots of things. A kid invented earmuffs in 1873, another one invented the snowmobile in 1922, and Benjamin Franklin invented swimming flippers when he was just 11 years old.
Wow, that's incredible.
It really is. Don't forget that no idea is a bad idea when it comes to inventing. You too can become an inventor.
That is all the time we have for today.
Don't forget to check out the links to talk about Rube Goldberg machines with Kelly, do dance moves through time with Kaylee, and do art with Holly.
And be sure to leave a comment down below of something you'd like to invent.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.